my own snacks. I'm like Scooby.
Worst fucking exercise.
So we got the HYROX expert here with this HYROX race.
I think you guys did pretty good. I mean,
We're officially 1 week out of HYROX, and it feels a little surreal. I don't know if I'm ready. And this is why today we're actually going to be dedicating an entire session to running a full sim, just to see how my body adapts. My legs are feeling a little cooked from yesterday's workout. Like body-wise, I feel much better than I was a week ago with my kidney infection. I think in terms of like the supplementation and the nutrients and the food, I still got to kind of get back on track with that, which is why I'm trying my best right now. 3 eggs, some leftover like fried rice with chicken. This is gonna be like about like 25 grams of protein with the chicken as well. I'm making this my first meal. I'm not trying to be too heavy with it though. The plan is to run that HYROX sim, and we're gonna have someone kind of walk us through it as well to kind of like hopefully coach us around just to see if there's any like form tips that we can improve on. And I feel like with this race, this is probably the least prepared I've ever felt for a competition or a race. Even when I did my first half marathon back in June, I felt much more prepared. My only setback during that race was a sprained ankle. But like I think everything leading up to it, I did not miss a single workout. I still had a couple weeks after my sprained ankle to kind of like get back, to kind of readjust my body into half marathon training and then eventually taper out. With this HYROX race that's coming up in a week, it feels a little different because I feel like running a half marathon, you're just kind of running at a straight pace. You're running at a certain pace throughout the entire race, right? To meet your goal. With the HYROX race, there's just so many different variables, right? There's 8 stations, 8 kilometers per in between 8 stations, and you got to kind of like figure out how you're gonna pace per station, because you don't want to go too hard, but you also don't want to go too slow. So I feel like with HYROX, there is a bit of a skill that's involved, which I feel like I really haven't nailed down because I just haven't practiced every single movement enough, right? Even if you think about it, like here, when I haven't really done the ski-erg, which is the first station in HYROX, a lot because I just don't have access to a ski-erg. Anytime I go to like another gym, like Pure Athletic Club, or like a gym that's like an hour away, right? I get to practice those movements, but to be able to consistently practice it to get better, I can't really say that I'm too confident in certain movements. But with that being said, right, that's kind of what we're doing today. We're gonna try to see what we can work on and what we can improve on with this HYROX sim, and hopefully throughout the rest of the week just kind of get more reps in, but dialing down the volume, but keeping the intensity still high just so we can taper off. But hey man, even if we're not necessarily prepared for the race, we're still gonna show up and we're gonna do our best. It's not a race against another person per se, it's a race against myself, and this is my first time. So not trying to make excuses, but we're just gonna go in there and try to do our best. So, because I'm stressing for time, I actually gotta leave in like 5 minutes, goddamn. So hopefully it's not in my teeth or anything. Supplementations right now, the usual, I'm gonna do a carb powder. So we're gonna do 1 to 2 scoops before and during the workout. And then we're gonna mix that in with some electrolytes as well. I think I'm running out actually, so maybe I need a new tub. Got a new flavor right here. So this is lemon lime. I've never tried this flavor before, but this is what's gonna keep me going throughout the workout. I think like also moving into the race, we gotta start carb loading as well, which is why I'm gonna be increasing my carbs. My plan with carb loading is to kind of do it throughout the week leading up to the race. Last time I did it 2 days out from my half marathon, I felt very, very like heavy and kind of bloated, and that's obviously not a good feeling leading up to a race. So we're gonna try to switch it up just a little bit, but mainly keep it pretty damn consistent with the foods I'm about to eat. That is that. Quickly pack up. We're gonna head to the gym, run the HYROX in. I'll catch you guys in a bit. So we are here at mvpr studio. Let's check out the gym, shall we? I hate carrying so much shit. I can't hold my camera and I can't hold my bags. How's it going?
good. How are you?
Good. Want to say hi to YouTube?
Hi, YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Is he be here?
Not yet. He should be coming soon. You gonna walk us through a HYROX sim?
Yeah, I don't know how to use the screen. Okay, those people are here.
Who's the owner?
Mark.
So we got the HYROX expert here. How many weeks have you been training?
7-ish weeks, and this week's like taper off week. So I'm not even really supposed to be here, but because Billy, I'm doing a half HYROX. This is my recovery, what do you call it? Yeah, recovery week. I'm just honestly taking it down a notch. So today will be the last day that we do that because
she's here for us, for CB9. So what a
anything from the
no
fridge,
person.
food wise, you can put it in here.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. This is a pretty nice space.
Yeah.
This is such a hidden.
Yeah, so it's part like clinicians.
Yeah.
So like there's physios, chiros, massage therapists, and then they do personal training too. And then this is the whole HYROX thing.
Gotcha.
I'll have to figure out.
Fucking guys always late.
You were late 20 minutes.
I was not late.
See, he didn't vlog yesterday because he was late.
I was not late.
That's why there's no proof.
Friggin' vlog.
Yeah, you guys can and Instagrams to kind of figure out how it's
What's
gonna
your
go.
first?
First HYROX, yeah, but we ran through it as like a practice last week. So,
Nice.
She's gonna coach us through.
yeah.
We got Mel.
She was-
Mel in the building. Forever Fitness. I don't know who's that is, but-
No, it's
Shut up.
she is a try.
Oh, is it
She's
that
Emily Sue.
Emily?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're kind of just going over some of the forum stuff that we don't know, like sled pulls and skier. Because like I said, like these are the movements that we don't really get to practice a lot. So now that I have Mel here, who's pretty damn experienced with HYROX, clearly, she can kind of give us some pointers and she can kind of help us walk us through it. She's goated. She's a hella good coach.
Where's the water fountain? Do you have a water fountain? I'll use a tap.
EBJs are the worst fucking exercise in humanity. Who the fuck made this shit? Gracias, thank you, coach.
Last five.
5. How did we do?
I think you guys did pretty good. I mean, considering you guys did more in the distance and the different little external parameters, heats, and the little slopes and everything. Form and technique could use some like work, but you guys got to work out together essentially. But I think I handed off some great tips and tricks for you guys to kind of handle. So I think you guys will do well, and I will see you guys Sunday. Billy's afterthoughts.
Firstly, shout out to Marg and mvpr Studios. Fantastic space here. Empty, beautifully clean, well kept, everything. A bigger shout out to Mel, because she was like giving us tips, set everything up. She got us water.
What about a shout out for me showing up?
Ivan.
We're an hour left of running.
Let's go, Liam.
This is your HYROX partner right here.
Bro, you gotta.
Doing great. I have my own snacks, unlike Subi.
Just steal it. Shouldn't have bought this guy.
I'm not showing up for you guys again.
You don't get
Eric already doesn't show up for you. If I don't do that, you're on your own.
I got Yaz. Yaz for life.
You can't make her run, Bush. Like, have some mercy on her. Sure, we need one more bagger.
No, I don't. I think we just need.
Oh, it's on do not disturb.
We just need to sit.
You want this on your back? Yeah.
Yeah, hop on the chair for a bit. We should just ice these a bit. What about feet here? Yeah.
Seeing Liam do this shit right now is wild, bro.
I know.
One.
We don't want to do one.
Effort level.
This man just running an ultra on a random Sunday.
Easy Sunday run.
Easy run.
I
know you're distracted by the sensual rest right there. But
I think the moral of the day is that I need to do more hard things to get more massages from guys.
You get those right
No, after today, we have to give them back a lot.
Yeah, pause.
Like there's more easy parts than I thought there would be, but the hards are way harder.
the highs are high and the lows are
Yes,
low.
exactly.
What's been going through your mind when you've been in the mix and seeing that dark paint pit? What's been going through your mind that you do it?
Just exactly what we planned to think about, which is that there's a reason we're doing this, and the pain I'm feeling today is nothing compared to the men we're doing it for. So this is fun.
Let's get a round of applause for 21.
I just sweat all over. It's literally just a touch. All of you, and couldn't imagine a better day to raise a bunch of money for an amazing cause. So proud of all of you. Thank you. Love you. You got her.
What excited for that shower you're gonna have?
A shower and ice bath.
Yeah, shower.
That was needed.
Alright, so I am back home now. What a day. So 1 week out of HYROX, okay? And I was not supposed to be running this much. So like, just to kind of like recap what happened. So the morning I did the HYROX sim, and Sub and I, we kind of screwed up in a way where we ran way too many kilometers or miles, because we were supposed to do 8K around the gym per station, obviously, with HYROX. And we ended up running about like 11 kilometers. It's a good thing in a way, because now we feel a little more ready for HYROX with this coming race on Sunday in a week. That's exciting. And then afterwards we went to Liam's fundraising event, where he ran 100 kilometers to raise $20,000 for cancer research for Princess Margaret. And he ended up raising, if I'm not mistaken, 26,000, I believe, and still counting. So that shit's still going on, right? So if you guys want to donate, if you guys see this video, you know what to do. It is just so surreal to see him do that. You know what I mean? Like, for him to run 100 kilometers, he started at 6 a.m. and he ran just a loop around Queen's Park. If you're from Toronto, you know, right? But just around a park, loop after loop after loop after loop. And so many people came out to support him and ran with him, and just to kind of like support him. He was inspiring us every kilometer that he was running. And we were hoping to give him back some love and give him some inspiration and some motivation, and more importantly, some support as he got into
the later miles throughout the event, right? To see him really do that and raise money for cancer, like that's just so, like it's just so inspirational. And like I had to stay too. I had to donate and I had to stay and I had to run with him. And I ended up running, I think like about like 5 to 7 miles. I don't even really remember, to be honest. So for the day, I essentially ran a half marathon. Not that I'm not complaining, okay? I'm not really complaining because Liam did 100K. I think I did about 21K for the day, but I cannot complain because the amount of pain that he's going to be in tomorrow is nothing compared to the pain that I'm going to be in tomorrow. Kind of had the mentality like, oh, at most I'm just going to run like 5K with him. But then seeing him kind of grind every single kilometer, he was sore, he was cramping, he was in pain clearly. I just had to kind of get myself involved as much as I can without injuring myself as well. It's just super like inspirational because like a lot of you guys don't know this and I don't touch on this subject a lot, but my mom had cancer. And for him, you know, because he was doing it for his dad because his dad has cancer. Not to kind of like make this about myself or anything, but like I kind of understand how he feels and where he's coming from and why he's doing this, right? Like my mom had cancer and I was in grade 6 when I found out that she had cancer, and I'll never forget this. Like when you hear or when you go through like traumatic things like that, I remember every single detail of that day, even the day before, because we had a feeling that she was going to get back her results to kind of figure out what was wrong with her. And I'll never forget coming back home from school. I went into my older brother's room, which is the middle room of our house. That's where the computer was. And I remember going on the computer and I just started playing games and just kind of like surfing the web and whatnot. And like the back of my mind, I was obviously really like I was really stressed. My mom came back from work. Yeah, she still worked. She came back from work that day and she essentially told me that she had cancer. And I think like I'll never forget how that feels. Like I'll never forget just that moment. And like for me as like a kid, I don't remember how old I was, but like however old I was when I was in grade 6, just that feeling that you're about to lose your mom. You understand? Like, and I grew up with my mother and my mom took care of me most of the time as my dad went to work and he was working 2 jobs. So I spent most of my time with my mom in evenings. We'd make dinner together sometimes and then we'd watch TV together and we'd go to bed together. For me to kind of hear that, right? We hear, like as a kid, hearing cancer, like even now we hear cancer and that's like an automatic death sentence. You understand? But thankfully, like in today's day and age with like all the medical advances that we have, all the research that we have, I think cancer can be defeated. So like I had to show him love. I had to donate money. I had to just see him finish through and to give him as much support as I can, even if it's just me like standing there or watching him and like clapping for him every time he made his rounds, right? Whatever I could do, bro. So Leah, man, I am super duper inspired, but also just really proud. And yeah, you're the fucking GOAT. But another thing I kind of wanted to talk about, like another feeling that I felt just being in that circle, I guess being in that circle and seeing, you know, all these guys come out to support one cause is like just kind of like what like content can really do. A question that I got actually on TikTok, Tyrone Lacey, he asked me, hey bro, I have the message right here. He said, hey bro, love your content. What's been the biggest factor in getting into content and just doing you? I always find I really want to start social media, but never want the eyes on me at the same time. And I like totally understand this. I think this is one of the things that like I hated about social media and like why I never really wanted to do it as much as I want to do it now. And it's because like I've always had this like motto in my head to be successful, but without the fame, to have the money without the fame. You understand that? Obviously being on social media, I'm not saying like I'm some like A-list celebrity or anything like that, right? But there's gonna be eyes on me in terms of like when I post, right? Anytime people see my post and they'll comment me, there's always gonna be eyes, and I was always afraid of that judgment. Kind of what made me get into content, just to kind of firstly answer your question, was I needed a creative outlet. Through content, I kind of was able to do that. And I've also just kind of grew up watching my favorite YouTubers from like Christian Guzman, Russell Ori, who I actually ended up meeting, I think last year or 2 years ago. Crazy story for another day, but like meeting, just seeing all these YouTubers and seeing kind of what they could do with social media. You know, as I continue to get older and as I continue to grow, as I continue to kind of understand how the world operates, I really started to see that like social media it's just such a necessity at this point, in my opinion, right? I felt like social media would always be like a very, very useful marketing tool for whatever I wanted to do. And one of the things I did always want to do was to build a clothing brand in a credo, right? I think like kind of like just starting content too, like I really wanted to kind of connect with people, and I really wanted to connect with people who were just like me when I was younger. When I was younger, I'd be watching all these YouTubers and I'd be drawing inspiration from them, and I'd be trying to get, you know, a bit of guidance from them because I didn't really have any role models growing up, right? I got into content because I also wanted to be that person for my younger self, if that makes any sense. That kind of spiraled into kind of what I'm doing now. More and more as I continue to do content, as I continue to post, as I continue to like just do talking head videos, like I became more and more comfortable with just doing me, right? Which is the second part of your question. There's always going to be like a fair judgment, right? Even now today, when I'm outside filming, when I'm just like out and about like filming lifestyle shit, maybe I'm like out to dinner and trying to vlog it, or at the gym, like I always still feel a sense of insecurity, a sense of imposter syndrome, as if like I haven't been doing this for many years now. And I'm not really telling you this to like try to deter you from ever posting content. I'm just saying like it does get better, but there's always going to be that feeling, in my opinion, at least for me, right? I don't think I can ever completely just detach from that. Like I kind of like just totally understood that like there's a way to post on social media, have the eyes on you, but still remain private. There's obviously things that I don't tell you guys about my life, about my partner, about like my family or anything like that, unless I really want to share it with you guys. I think that's the power that you have. You as a creator, you as a content creator, right? It's on you to decide what you want to share with the world. I think if you are looking to kind of get into content, I think you really need to kind of have like a purpose and a why as to why you want to do it, especially with like all these like TikTok gurus, Instagram gurus saying like, oh, everybody just, you know, you guys need to post your content. And then, I mean, it's kind of the same shit that I tell others too, who are actually looking into getting into content. But I think like at the end of the day, like being real with you, being an influencer and being a content creator isn't for everyone. People may think it's easy. People may think it's create, post, go viral, make like thousands of dollars. But the reality is like it's nothing like that. Like there's been so many growing pains with content, just trying to figure out who I am as a content creator, figuring out what I want to post as a content creator, figuring out how to actually monetize and make money, especially being a Canadian content creator, right? But it's definitely rewarding. Through content creation, I was able to find my group of friends, my group of people that I'm currently literally building a credo, my clothing brand right now. Like that's the guys, right? I've all met them through Instagram, which is just so crazy, right? And kind of tying this back to like Liam's fundraising event for cancer. Like I met Liam too through social media. And that's, I think, like the beauty of content creation is that there's gonna be so many like pros and so many cons. But I think like if you're really in it for the right reasons, the pros far outweigh the cons. My life has honestly, it literally has honestly completely, and I'm sorry if my hand's annoying you guys right now, but my life has literally completely, like just completely changed. Right, I'm not even talking about just like the PR packages that I get, the free stuff that I get, you know, the hotel stays, you know, like all that, like all of that is really nice. Don't get me wrong, and it's definitely like a perk. For me, it's the real life connections that I get to make, especially being such an introvert that I am. It's the real life connections that I've made throughout, you know, the 4 or 5. I don't even know how many years I've been creating now. And it's just like all the business opportunities as well that I've gotten through content. It's really surreal, like when I just like kind of like think about it, because I think it was 3 years ago when everyone decided, like all the guys that I met through Instagram, through social media, all these guys decided to come to Toronto. I think like 6 months or maybe a year later, we all decided to go to Texas, Houston, Texas, to kind of like visit like the mecca of the gyms, like Alpha Elite, HNS, all those like big gyms. And so now we're kind of like doing a credo events in Toronto. We're building a credo together. We're building my clothing brand that I literally thought about 10 years ago. We're doing it together. And literally now I'm a week out again from seeing these guys again, because we're all gonna be racing in HYROX Toronto. I don't know if I even answered the question. I'm just fucking rambling right now. But what I'm trying to say really is like, when you're in it for the right reason, okay, it doesn't even have to be necessarily content. When you're in it for the right reason, like when you're doing something for the right reason, you kind of forget about all the cons. You kind of forget about all the negatives that come with it, and you start focusing on the pros, because that's all that really matters. And for me, like, I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like, you know, having eyes on me, just like you. But at the same time, when I think about it, social media and Instagram and like being an influencer, whatever you want to call it, is the sole reason that I have the life that I'm living right now. So if you really want to do it, my man, I think you just got to like kind of go for it, right? And just kind of understand that there's always going to be pros and cons. But again, if you're in it for the right reasons, I really do think that the pros will far outweigh the cons. Okay, that is enough yapping, all right? So there was another thing that I wanted to yap about. I don't know if I'm gonna yap about it. Maybe I'll yap about it tomorrow. Who knows? Bye. We're deep into the prep, so we're at the finish line. Now we just got to go into the race, execute, and just get the job done. So until then, guys, I will see you guys in the next YouTube video. Shout out to all y'all who watch, sub, and like. Love y'all. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. In a crew we trust.